So I just bought into Chainlink, and I'm going to explain what my thought process is in buying Chainlink and go into like what Chainlink is and why I think that you should be looking into it. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm very new in crypto space. I'm a noob. Okay, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to 1 Bitcoin. Okay, that is my goal right now. And if you want to follow along with me in my journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video and you're feeling generous today, I would ask you to hit the like button. A lot of people don't hit that like button, and if you feel generous about once a month, just go ahead and donate that to me. That would be fantastic. So let me paint for you a story here. When I bought this house, I had money. I had 20% down, and I had it in my Ally savings account. It's an online bank account. And they said, hey, you have to send me the money. Okay, so I sent you the money, no problem. I said it was a Friday. I sent that money on a Friday, and it did not. And then we started. So I was like, okay, bet, we're good. I signed all the contracts. The people, the realtors helped me sign all the contracts or whatever. And then we started moving all this stuff into the house, and exciting. It's super exciting. And then what happened was they said, hey, we haven't received the money yet. It was about 3 o'clock in the day. I'm like, I sent you the money. Dude, why aren't you taking it? I'm on the phone for hours with Ally. I'm on the phone like, hey, send them that money. And they're like, sorry, we close at 4. Maybe they'll come on Monday. I'm like, Monday? What am I going to do? And so these guys come in and they kick me out of my house. Me, my wife, my baby, our family. They kick us all out of the house. I couldn't move in. And we were homeless for 2 days until that following Monday when the check cleared, I guess, the transaction cleared. And then they were said, okay, let's re-sign everything and you could get it back in the house. They almost had me move all my stuff out of the house and back in. They took a big risk and I had to sign a liability anyway. That right there was a big problem for me. That was a big problem for me. And that whole situation can be solved by smart contracts. And Chainlink is what I believe the future of these huge financial transactions. And so here's what Chainlink is. Chainlink is connect your smart contract to the outside world. I suppose before we get started, I have to describe what a smart contract is. Now, again, I'm a noob, so I'm not going to be using technical jargon, right? I have a little kindergarten brain with a little lizard brain in here, okay? So I have to use just simple words and big pictures and stuff like that, okay? So basically a smart contract is a if this then that protocol. Protocol meaning just like a piece of code that just makes something happen, okay? So if I pay this person, then it executes let's say like a deed to a property. If something happens here, if someone scores a goal, it calculates the odds, and then now this is the new odds for gambling. Like if someone inputs this data, then this thing happens. That's what a smart contract is. It basically takes data, stores it on a blockchain, saves it all, so that a lot of people, that like a whole bunch of ledgers or a lot of people have a copy of it, so it's very secure, and then it executes another thing because of whatever just happened. Okay, so it's very binary in this situation. Now, some real world use cases here I have for this is one, voting. In this last United States election, there was a lot of discrepancy in was the vote manipulated? Was it not manipulated? Okay, what's the percent? It's always manipulated. What's the percentage? You got mail-in voting, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm not trying to get, all political on here, but I'm saying if we use something like Chainlink or smart contracts and we voted and all that data was stored on blockchain, we would know the results instantly. There would be no doubt of security, like Biden or Trump, that's it, and then it would just automatically be stored. There is no form of manipulation in that point. And so we would have a clear, decisive winner, and it wouldn't have thrown the United States and probably the world into some kind of chaos. I think that's the first real world use of of smart contracts that Chainlink could answer, was like the answer of a voting, a better voting strategy. We're using these techniques of voting for these are massively old, outdated, and I think it's just healthy. Both sides should want this. Both sides should want a clear and decisive, trustworthy system, and I believe blockchain is the solution to that. The second thing is healthcare. Healthcare is a way that we could utilize something like Chainlink or smart contracts in order to store information, like, very sensitive private information, and then deliver that very quickly to people. So like during this whole crazy plague pandemic thing, we could have stored this information and then moved that information very, very quickly to researchers, to developers, to scientists, to drug makers or medicine guys. I don't know what they're called. I'm lizard brain, right? Kindergarten brain. So, and it could all have been like very secure, very safe, and not manipulatable, right? So that's one way. It could also help in healthcare with like the supply chain, keeping track of the drugs, making sure that no one's kind of stealing, pocketing some drugs or whatever. There's so many. There's so many real world use cases of it right now, and I think that's especially for a smart contract. The third thing is supply chain management. Currently, if you have any kind of supply, it has to go through multiple channels of approval to get it from manufacturer to my hands to end consumer. And so you gotta okay, where am I sourcing the material? Is this material good? How much was it for? Okay, did we get that taken care of? Okay, who's creating this thing? Who's putting the logo on? What are the final quality improvements? Where is it gonna be distributed? What distribution center, and then what a retail store? Okay, and all the way, how much money did we make? You could track all of that with a smart contract. With a smart contract protocol is basically what you're saying. And so you have all that data, very secure, very fast, very reliable in that sense. So the fourth thing is financial services, and this goes back to the story that I told in the beginning with my house. If you buy a house, like, you have to go through all these different brokers and a realtor, and you got to clear it with your bank. It takes 4 days to clear this thing, and we don't work on weekends, and if you put the thing in late, all you have to do is initiate a smart contract, and that's really all you have to do. And if I get paid this amount of money, you get cleared for that. So I think it's very, very useful. I think some of the things that it eliminates brokers, it eliminates middlemen, it eliminates manipulation. It acts as a backup, because it's stored on a blockchain. It's backed up from even your computer, so someone could delete it or whatever. The files could be messed up. It's safe and encrypted, so like these people's identities and or sensitive information can be stored safely. Very little chance, very, very, very little chance of it being hacked. Additionally, it provides speed and it eliminates friction, slow friction times. It provides a lot of speed. And there are some limitations of it. First, it's difficult to change, right? It's a protocol. It's very matrix computations and stuff like that. Second and third, these are kind of the same thing. There are loopholes that are provided, but sometimes when you make a deal, there are vague conditions upon that deal that it must be very binary for a computer to or a computation or protocol to say, okay, if this then that. But sometimes there are vague protocols. For example, I used to deal a lot of marketing in the wholesaling real estate industry, and a lot of that you can buy a house on terms, meaning it's not just money, but you could change the money up for you could split the money up in different ways, different payments. You could exchange a car for a part of the house, or you could do a service for a favor or whatever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of vague terms that could still be used in a deal, and that's where brokers and third-party middlemen could come in. So there are some limitations to this. Now, all this to say, this is what smart contracts is. I'm only explaining, going to great detail, because you and I, we're noobs at this crypto game, okay? So that's kind of the real-world use cases, what it eliminates, and the limitations. Now, we have to talk about Chainlink, and here's why Chainlink is because, one, I believe that the market cycle of the crypto market cycle is going into the altcoins. So I'm investing in Chainlink now because I'm just super excited about it. If I'm on Chainlink, if I'm on here, it's ranked number 11 with market cap. If I go into CoinGecko, it's pretty awesome because it's one of the things that are trending in search. It's one of these trending search things, coins. What am I talking about? If I go into Coin Market Cap and I look up Link, It's again like number 28, number 30. So I'm looking at it. It's a secure. I mean, like, it's not these micro cap coins that I'm used to covering, because it has like a lot of backing. It has a established. It's old in the crypto world. It's established, and I'm just very excited about this thing. It's got a lot of partners here. So I don't know many of these guys. I'm brand new to crypto and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this is describing smart contracts, tamper-proof, seamless connection to API, proven, tested, time-tested solutions, transparent Oracle computation. Oracle, just basically that whole computation of this, if this, then that. And so maybe it'd be easy to just read this. It's an industry standard Oracle network. Chainlink greatly expands the capabilities of smart contracts by enabling them to access real-world data and off-chain computation while maintaining the security and reliability guarantees inherent to blockchain technology. So basically, people have to go into the blockchain and alter it. And this one, basically, Chainlink is like the middleman in between that, which is very, very useful, to all that. And so this is it also offers some grants onto people who are developing stuff on the platform. So they're doing a lot of news. They're doing a lot to bring people on board onto the whole Chainlink network. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I'm all in. Let's see, where can I find? I saw that one. There it is. Haha. So contact your smart contract to so like weather data, sports data, shipping data. This is all stuff that I mentioned earlier. Commodities, that's the supply chain and stuff like that. So here's basically, I'm liking this thing. So we take this real world data right here. So like, let's say it's weather, or say it's a sporting event or something, and then you type it in, and then Chainlink network then delivers it to the blockchain. Now remember, a blockchain is just a whole bunch of people with these little notebooks, and everyone has a copy of what just happened. So it's safe and secure, and no one can change that. And then it does its whole if this then that computation, and then the real world events happen. Now I understand that what I'm saying here, what I'm describing here, is very very basic, and I'd like to keep it basic for myself to understand and for someone else. If you can't describe it to a 6-year-old, then you don't know what you're talking about, in my opinion. So in the comment section, I already hear it. All these people are, you don't know what you're talking about. It's more advanced and all this stuff. It is. I understand that. But for the real world use case, for me to make my decision on how to invest in this thing, that is what I want to know. And so because of that, I'll show you. That's my wife. So because of that, I want to show you how much I bought. I bought 0.04 worth of BTC into this, and so I own 56 Chainlink, which is I own 56 Link. It's about $50 right now. I bought it at like $47. And so yeah, I mean, this is what we're doing here. Let me pull up the chart, and we'll wrap up this way. This is so you could see how it was just kind of steady growing. This is all the way back into 2018. Like this is old timer stuff. And then it just started popping off right here in December, late December, boom, January. And in the last 3 months, it's just starting to go up. And I bought it like right at this little dip here, 47, and now it's starting to shoot off again. It's now 51. I believe that's an all-time high, which I'm very excited about. So I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to perform well on May 7th. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm brand new to this game. I merely observe, package it all up, put it on a silver platter, feed it to you, little chunks. Here's the little link. Here's a little link. If it's something that you're interested in, go ahead and give me a like button. If you're feeling generous today, I mean, I certainly don't. I'm not entitled to this, but I just love making these videos for you guys. Anyway, thanks so much for talking, and I will see you on the moon.